Think about the girl who liked you the most. She texted you back instantly. She was always free to hang out. She told you how much she liked you. She was kind, consistent, and safe. And what did you do? You probably got bored. You probably told her she was too nice or that there was no spark. Now think about the girl who ruined your sleep schedule. The one who was all over you on Friday night but ignored your texts on Saturday morning. The one who canceled plans at the last minute but sent you a cute selfie 3 hours later. The one who made you feel like a king one day and a beggar the next. She is the one you got obsessed with. Why? Are you broken? Do you just love pain? No. You are biologically wired to be addicted to inconsistency. There is a dark psychological mechanism at play here. It's the same mechanism casinos use to bankrupt gamblers. It's called intermittent reinforcement. Women, consciously or subconsciously, use this to keep men hooked, chasing, and desperate for validation. And until you understand how this machine works, you will always be the player losing money at the table. In this video, we are going to break down the psychology of inconsistency. I will expose the 3 specific tactics used to trap you, and then, using Stoic philosophy from Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, I will teach you how to break the addiction and regain your power. Let's look at the science. In the 1950s, psychologists discovered something fascinating about the brain. If you give a rat a piece of food every time it presses a lever, the rat presses it only when it's hungry. It's consistent, but boring. If the rat presses the lever and never gets food, it gives up. It walks away. But if the rat presses the lever and gets food randomly, maybe on the 3rd press, maybe on the 10th, maybe on the 1st, the rat goes insane. It presses the lever obsessively until it collapses from exhaustion. This is intermittent reinforcement. The uncertainty of the reward creates a massive spike in dopamine. Dopamine is not the molecule of pleasure, it is the molecule of craving. It is the molecule of maybe next time. When a woman is inconsistent with you, she turns herself into a slot machine. Her affection is the jackpot. When she ignores you, you don't walk away like you should. You pull the lever again. You text again. You try harder. Why? Because your brain is screaming, "The reward is coming. I felt it last week. It has to come back." You are not in love, my friend. You are in withdrawal. You are chasing a high, and she holds the supply. Let's look at the specific ways this plays out in modern dating. Tactic number 1 is the most common and the most devastating. The hot-cold cycle. This is not just mood swings. This is calculated emotional whiplash. Let's break down the hot phase. When things are good, they are incredible. She is texting you good morning with emojis. She is asking about your day. When you are together, the chemistry is electric. She touches your arm. She laughs at your jokes. She tells you, "I feel so connected to you." Your brain floods with oxytocin and dopamine. You feel like a king. You think, finally, this is it. She is the one. And then, the cold phase hits. It usually happens right after a moment of high intimacy. Suddenly, the energy shifts 180 degrees. You send a text that would usually get a paragraph response. You get back, "K," or "Yeah." You ask to hang out. She says, "I don't know. I'm super stressed right now." Here is what happens to your biology. Because you just experienced the high of the hot phase, your brain interprets the cold phase not as a lack of interest, but as a loss. Loss aversion kicks in. Your cortisol, stress hormone, spikes. You feel physically sick. You can't focus on work. You can't sleep. You immediately go into fix-it mode. You think, did I say something wrong on Tuesday? Was I too forward? You start over-investing. You send double texts. You buy her flowers. You become the nice guy. You are trying to earn the hot version of her back. And eventually, she gives it to you. She warms up again. And that is the trap. Because she warmed up, your brain thinks, "Oh, thank God, I fixed it. My effort worked." It didn't. You just reinforced the cycle. You taught her that if she pulls away, you will chase harder. She now knows she controls your emotional thermostat. Tactic number 2, strategic unavailability. This creates the phantom effect. Have you ever dated a girl who feels like a ghost? You try to make plans. She says, "I'd love to, but this week is crazy. Let's play it by ear." Play it by ear. That is the most dangerous phrase in modern dating. It keeps you on the hook, waiting for her to open a slot in her schedule. You end up keeping your Friday night free just in case she texts you. You are prioritizing someone who is treating you like an option. And then there is the digital versus analog split. This creates massive cognitive dissonance. In person, analog, she is amazing. She holds your hand, she kisses you, she is vulnerable. But digitally, she takes 12 hours to reply. She ignores your memes, she is cold. Your brain tries to reconcile these two versions of her. You tell yourself, she's just busy. She's just bad at texting. She's focusing on her career. Let me give you a reality check. Nobody is that busy. Elon Musk runs 6 companies and still finds time to tweet memes all day. If she likes you, she will find 30 seconds to text you while she's in the bathroom. She is engaging in roster management. She gives you just enough warmth in person to keep you hooked, but stays unavailable via text to prevent true intimacy and keep her options open. She creates a gap between you and her. And naturally, men try to bridge that gap by chasing. She creates the vacuum. You fill it with attention. She knows that if she is always available, she becomes boring. By being unavailable, she artificially inflates her value. Tactic 3 is the deadliest combination. The attention drought plus mixed messages. This creates triangulation and paranoia. Imagine this scenario. She hasn't replied to your DM in 24 hours. You feel ignored. But you see her story circle light up. She posted a photo of her drinks at a bar. She is active. She is online. She is ignoring you specifically. This is the attention drought. She is starving you. But just as you are about to give up and block her, she throws you a crumb. She likes your old photo from 2021. She replies to your story with a fire emoji. She sends a random text saying, "I miss your face," but then doesn't make plans to see it. This is called a double bind. Her words say, "I want you." Her actions say, "I don't care." If you call her out on the silence, she says, "Oh my God, stop being so needy. I told you I miss you." If you say nothing, the neglect continues. She creates a competitive anxiety in your mind. You see her out having fun on social media, looking beautiful, and you wonder, who is taking the picture? Is she talking to other guys? This activates your primal mate-guarding instinct. You become possessive. You become obsessed. She creates a scenario where you feel like you are losing her every single day. And because humans value what we are about to lose more than what we already have, you fight for her. You work overtime to secure a woman who isn't even meeting your basic needs. She creates artificial scarcity to mask her lack of genuine interest. So, how do we break the addiction? We turn to the masters of emotional control, the Stoics. The first step is recognition. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You must name the beast to tame it." When you feel that panic in your chest because she hasn't replied, stop. Do not act. Observe. Say to yourself, "This is not love. This is a dopamine withdrawal. I am a rat pressing a lever." Detach her behavior from your self-worth. She isn't being inconsistent because you are unworthy. She is being inconsistent because she is playing a mechanism. Once you see it as a mechanism rather than a personal rejection, the emotional sting disappears. You stop being the victim and start being the observer. Once you see the pattern, you execute the hardest move in the world. Do nothing. When she pulls away, your instinct screams at you to chase, to ask, "What's wrong?" Epictetus taught us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction to her inconsistency is the fuel for her game. If you chase, you validate her tactics. If you do nothing, the game breaks. The strategy: match energy. If she takes 6 hours to reply, you wait 6 hours. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. If she gives one-word answers, you give the conversation an ending. Cool. Have a good night. You must build a life so full of purpose that her absence does not create a hole. If you are sitting around waiting for her text, it means you have nothing better to do. And that is unattractive. Fill your time. Build your body. Build your bank account. When you are truly busy, her strategic unavailability stops working because you are actually unavailable. Finally, if the inconsistency continues, you must be willing to use the nuclear option, the walk away. The person who is willing to walk away holds all the power in any negotiation. If you cannot leave the table, you have already lost. Set a boundary. Do not accept scraps. Communicate clearly. Hey, I like spending time with you, but the inconsistency doesn't work for me. I'm looking for something straightforward. Let me know if you're on the same page. If not, no hard feelings. This is terrifying to do, but it is necessary. If she likes you, this boundary will snap her out of the game. She will respect you for calling her out. If she lets you walk away, you won! You just saved yourself months of anxiety and wasted time. You cannot lose by walking away from someone who plays games with your soul. Gentlemen, stop being the gambler. Stop pulling the lever hoping for a payout that will never come. Obsession is not love. Obsession is a sickness born of insecurity and inconsistency. You deserve clarity. You deserve respect. You deserve consistency. But you will never get it if you keep rewarding the people who refuse to give it to you. Be stoic, be strong, and never be afraid to walk away. If you are ready to break the addiction, comment, "I choose clarity," down below. Subscribe for more psychology and power. I'll see you in the next one.